I'm sitting in a small brewery in Atlanta on Northside Drive. Far away from South Florida and feeling as foreign as my grandmother's name, I'm listening to a singer who speaks more than he sings and forgetting to listen much. It's one of those days where you don't hear much outside of the voice in your head speaking to you in ways you would never let a stranger. One of those days when your mind and body are far from each other and trying to figure out where one lost the other at. I'm stuck in my head and trying to go back home and be there for myself, but it is hard to catch my being when I don't know which direction I'm falling in. But I overheard him, the singer, tells us that dandelions are often mistaken as weeds, that in fact they're flowers. But a lawn covered with yellow dandelions isn't considered beautiful because it doesn't meet the expectations of what a lawn is. I'm a year past where my dream said I would be. A step short of expectations, feeling like I'm growing in the wrong places, making a mess of a lawn that otherwise would be grass greener. There's this home I made in my head is saying me, a dandelion, ain't nothing more than an unwanted budding. It is weeks later now. I'm sitting in a Catholic school on 2nd Ave preparing to tell 12-year-olds about similes, forgetting that I am one. A decade-older image thinking I am a weed in a room full of beautiful flowers. I ask them their names and a fun fact. A flower speaks up and tells me her name. It has more syllables than mine, but lives in the same nation my grandmother did. She tells me she wants to be a doctor when she grows up. A dream she's carrying in her smile and not on her shoulders like I do mine. Another flower speaks up in an accent thicker than mine ever was, with a smile as long as his drawl, tells me his name and how he wishes to be like me. I ask him what he means. He says he wants to grow up and give back to kids who look just like him. And he is still a flower. Might not know it, but is. And I was them. Some odd years ago before the wind carried me off the ground and called me an infection. I am in a room of children who look just like me, remembering I too had the wild dreams of a flower until I forgot myself to the words of a tortured gardener. It is crazy how those 12-year-olds told me a story about myself. Reminded me of what I've blown past and helped bloom. They are so wise in their joy. Iris daisies, unafraid of where they will land or how they will grow. I've known them for 2 hours, and they've taught me how to be out of place and planted at the same time more than most adults do. I am 26 and carrying expectations like a broken rickshaw, thinking I matter less when the bees still love me as much as honeysuckle and clover, and that is to say, dandelions too are pollinators. How can I be a weed when an ecosystem is blooming beautifully with me in the middle of it? I am around all of these flowers and they are telling me I am not an eyesore, that they are inspired by me, and my God, I've never known what it is to be picked up off the ground and wished on, but I can't imagine this is what a weed feels like. Needed, inspired. It reminded me that I may be older, but I am still young enough to look at a yellow lawn as beautiful.